Hey Aries, this is Alex and I'm here to bring you your weekly love reading. I hope you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves. Thank you to all of my new and existing subscribers. Your love and support means everything. So as you see, the universe is eager to speak to you. I love when these cards just kind of fly out. One more. Gravity is trying to take a hold of. Now, Aries, what is going on? Y'all have nothing but a bunch of swords in your top positions. Followed up by the Eight of Wands. Ew, so somebody's sneaking or spying or gathering up some information, wanting or needing additional information on you, Aries. Oh, we got the Four of Swords. We got the Four of Pentacles on top. Let me move these back up so you can see everything. A lot of swords. Are you in your head? Are you kind of quote-unquote stuck on something? You are thinking overtime. You're a fire sign, Aries, not air. But you guys are thinking overtime. Kind of stuck, wanting to make the right and best decision. Nervous and worried about the impacts of your decision. But I feel like in the end, look at you, got the Eight of Swords twice. Good Moses. All right. And the Four of Cups. You have 3 fours on the table and a boatload of swords. All right, Aries, who is this about? It's almost like you guys know somebody is needing some information from you, but for some reason you're delaying. Are you delaying on purpose? You're kind of in deliberation about what information you're wanting to reveal or you know, kind of deliver to your person. I'm hearing this has been a long time coming, and I think that's exactly why, say for instance, for those of you that this is resonating with, you know, this is why you've been in your head as long as you have. I'm hearing that this is a delay, right? The Four of Swords usually means that I have to kind of go off and, you know, take care of myself. Of course, you always see the Three of Swords up top, which the Three of Swords in the Tower represents like pain and betrayal and hurt and things like that. So I just kind of feel like this deliberation that you all are doing definitely has to do with, again, you know, making sure you kind of say the right thing for that person who could be drilling you maybe for a decision or an answer or, you know, hey, I want to know, I need to know, or are you going to give me an opportunity to be with you? Are you going to answer my question? Where's this going? I just kind of feel like somebody is hounding you, okay? And I'm getting chills up my neck. The Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, it's almost like you kind of know what to do. And again, I just kind of feel the overall energy for this reading is like you're trying to take the path of least resistance, so to speak. As in, you want to be happy. You want to do what's absolutely best for you. However, maybe at this current time, you're just not ready to reveal or open up to someone about maybe what your next moves are, what your current feelings are. I just heard you're just not ready for them to know. Right? Now, here is the pickle. Right? Here is 16 pickles. Right? This basically says, without this information, you're stuck and your person is stuck. So it's almost like everybody's holding their breath, you know, kind of waiting for whatever this decision is. Either you have to make, Aries, or your partner has to make, right? Now, with this King of Pentacles sitting here with this Queen of Swords, right? Not the most likely combination, but I do kind of feel like for some of you guys, you may actually be cutting off someone to either allow this King of Pentacles in, or for some of you guys, you could be cutting this King of Pentacles off. And as I said, you know, cutting this King of Pentacles off, I noticed that, yes, her back is turned to him, right? So for a lot of you guys, it's almost like you may have to let go of something that you really valued, or valued at one point in your life. Somebody who, as an example, kind of quote unquote doesn't deserve it. But again, you know, definitely here, you know, looking at these two cards, it's almost like you're holding yourself, or how do I say, angels just said holding yourself accountable, but I don't think it's almost like you're holding your cards close to your chest, not necessarily wanting to reveal again what you want, what it is that you want for yourself. Definitely with the Six of Wands here, that says to me, hey, I need to move into more happier territory. I need to be doing more things, 6 things, to be making myself more happy and not necessarily making those people around me just happy. So definitely, Aries, I applaud you, because it's almost like, yeah, you know, you have to be in it for yourself, but you really, really, really are considering other people's feelings as well, right? And again, it just kind of feels like whatever that final decision is, you know, I also just looked here as well, but whatever that final decision is related to this particular King of Pentacles, Pentacles are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So that's who you could be kind of quote unquote turning your back on. But also at the same time, you wouldn't just be doing this because, again, this is like a shit bag. No, this is the King of Pentacles. This is somebody who at one point you might have held in high regard, or again, somebody who kind of quote unquote doesn't deserve it, right? But again, it's a sacrifice that you have to make only for the sake of making yourself happy, and again, moving on to kind of quote unquote greener pastures. This to me is almost like you wishing that they could find out, or wishing that they could know without you having to kind of like burst their bubble, right? Definitely with the Magician card here, this is your first major arcana. So the Magician, of course, is Mercurian energy. Virgo and Gemini, you could be dealing with one as well. But this is almost like you kind of wanting it to happen, but not having to be the person to make it happen. What I'm also hearing too for a lot of you guys is you're concerned with the outcome. You're concerned that, as an example, if you do it this way, what's going to happen? If you do it that way, what's going to happen? But at the end of the day, it's almost like, you know, especially here with the Eight of Swords in both placements, by you not doing it, you're staying locked up. And by you not doing it, you're kind of, I don't like the term stringing your person along, but yeah, kind of stringing them along and kind of quote unquote holding them up as well, right? And I just kind of feel, especially here with the Nine of Swords, the progression from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords, this is something that you're dreading. This is absolutely something that you're dreading. But I'm also hearing too that for some of you guys, you are actually contemplating almost like staying in close. Oh, you know, I'm just going to ride this out. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not necessarily going to leave them. If this is going to end, let me just let them, you know, leave me. Or maybe for some of you too, you may do things, you know, passive aggressively to kind of make your King of Pentacles get rid of you versus, say, for instance, you having to get rid of them. Okay. With the Eight of Wands and also the Four of Cups, that basically says to me, this is quick action, quick movement. So for a lot of you guys, yes, we saw the Six of Wands and now you're progressing to the Eight of Wands as an example. So it's almost like you may just take like a shotgun, fuck it approach, where you're like, look, I got to make me happy right now. I'm disconnected. I'm not engaged. I am just, you know, kind of quote unquote wasting my time, and also wasting your person's time as well. Now, because this absolutely is a love reading, right? I don't see a whole lot of pentacles other than the King and Four. You know, for some of you guys, it's almost like you may also be trying to hold on to this King of Pentacles who could be cutting you off, right? And you may be, you know, this, in other words, it could be the story reversed. Okay? So let's see what the Romance Angels has for you, Aries. You guys are not comfortable with letting go is what I just heard. You know, which, by the way, makes sense as far as why there are 3 fours on the table. The fours in a tarot represent like stability, stagnancy, security in a positive sense. But in a negative sense, it's a feeling of stuckness. You know, and I just kind of feel like, especially with the Eight of Swords here twice, there's a whole lot of stuckness going on in this situation. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Yeah, That kind of says to me, trust your decision, trust your gut, trust your intuition. It's almost like you absolutely know what to do. I also kind of feel like, to an extent, this King of Pentacles knows is coming to an end as well. So, you know, you actually making this decision, you know, I don't get any shock value cards here. So it's almost like this King of Pentacles, to an extent, may actually see it coming. And definitely, you know, angels are pointing me back to the Page of Swords as well. They could have been asking you, are you sure? You okay? You still want to be with me? This, that, or the other? And, you know, you're like, yeah. You know, with the wedding card, this situation involves marriage. Wow. So for some of you, this could be, you know, the decision to divorce and move on. Even though, as an example, especially related to the reasons why you would divorce somebody, even though you may not have like a quote unquote valid reason. I just kind of feel like, Aries, there go those chills again. I just kind of feel like, Aries, this really, really, really has everything to do with your happiness. Because all of this stagnancy here, all of these swords here, the Magician here, it's almost like, for some of you, it's almost even praying to God, angels, and the universe to release you from this situation. But again, so you don't have to burst that person's bubble. The last card, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Uh-oh. There are no threes on the table, but the threes are also represented in the fours as well, right? So for a lot of you guys, you know, yeah, this past person coming back. Maybe your past person divorced and now they're available to you. And now you're like, okay, let me free myself up from this particular situation, make myself available, trust that everything will be okay, and move on into a happier point in my life. Okay. Ooh, last card at the bottom is love yourself first. Told you guys, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Look out for you, Aries. I mean, I know y'all don't want to rock the boat. Y'all don't want to burst nobody's bubble. But, honey, none of y'all were born into this life to sacrifice yourself for another person. Okay? So, Aries, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I hope this does resonate. And if it does, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Love you. Bye.